If you guys are looking around, peasants have all ran off except for the mother and her 2 children that were charred to death by Finkelmer, and the dead pervert that is at your guys' feet. If you look around, there doesn't seem to be much else because humanity is fleeing from these murders. But out in the water, you hear the welcoming and lovely chorus of various "biars, biars, biars," as the cog, my matey's deck, is going off, not in the opposite direction, but kind of close to land actually, and it's about 100. No, it's like 70 yards out. 70 yards out.
I run to the shore and I wave.
Ahoy, me matey! How are ya?
I yell back, "We're great!"
Good to hear, Fred. I look forward to having sex.
Well, we found you a romantic partner.
Don't say yarf.
Why don't you put into the shore and we'll come aboard?
The fog's far too big for that, but I'll send you a skiff, Fred. And immediately, upon the urgency for the sexual need that the man has, a skiff drops into the boat, or into the water, excuse me, and it's another like 15-foot skiff. The cog is quite large. It's a very big ship. And 4 of the kind of magical bean dancing men are, again, in our song, on the boat, paddling it furiously towards the land. What do the rest of you do, by the way? There are arrows fall.
I look expectantly at Fawn.
What?
I look expectantly at Fawn.
At this point...
Expectantly means like I expect you to do something.
Okay.
I turn back to them. I say, at this point, I'm willing to be the woman. Let's just
I don't know if he's willing for you to be the woman.
Quick, go take this 1 coin and, for God's sakes, I storm off to the nearest peasant hut I can find.
A peasant hut?
Yeah.
I
think there's huts outside of town, right?
Yeah. There's a few options inland of where you're at, but you're running towards the direction of arrows.
I'll dodge on my way. Let me look at my moves. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay. Cool. I dodge and weave in order to avoid these arrows as I run my way towards the nearest hut. I got a 7.
Okay, so here's... Do I pick what happens then? Or
yeah, this is Defy Danger, so it's in your hands.
Okay, so I'm going to say that you successfully do find a hut and dive inside, but it's not until a half-damage arrow hits you in the leg or something.
Yep. Sounds fine.
Or you don't make it to a hut. No, wait.
But I do avoid the arrows?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You don't make it to a hut, but you turn around and somersault away and avoid the arrows.
I'm going to make it into a hut and eat a half-damage arrow.
Okay. So the arrow, do d6. Roll a 4, so it's a 2.
And I have 1 armor, so I take 1 damage.
Okay. Great and mighty DM.
Yes.
Is that the skiff that's coming towards us in fireball range?
Absolutely.
Fawn and what do you guys want to do first?
But before that, because we still are on Steven, Sylph dives into this tent, only to be greeted by a wall of stench of dirtied people and feet. But inside you do find a woman and 3 of her children, and a older man. Doesn't seem to be like the husband or anything like that, but they're all huddled in there. And they all go, "Woo!"
I say, "Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I have a tale to tell you. A tale of a sailing ship. Just
There's a pussy
sit right
bloody
back,
arrow
and I'll
sticking
tell
out of
it
the
to
back
you."
of your foot.
Yeah, I pull the arrow out and I toss it on the ground. Ugh. Now, my lady, and I fix the adult woman with a smoldering stare, and I say, "My lady."
She cannot resist it.
I say, "I have never seen beauty like yours in all my days of travel.
Yeah.
Have I told you that I am a bard, and I have traveled all the world wide, and I have seen many, many a beauteous face, a voluptuous figure, a stunning ankle, but none compare so closely as yours."
She blushes, but you can't tell because there's mud caked all over her face.
Yeah. And I say, "My lady, may we speak frankly and openly for one moment?"
Yes.
I put my arm around her. I pull her over into the corner of the room, which is probably like 2 feet away from where she was standing, and like
Everyone's
the kids
very
are like
friendly here.
clustered around her ankles. And I'm like, my lady, how could I get you to accompany us and join us for one night of romance with this gentleman? And I pull out like a wet, soggy picture of Captain Morgan.
He's so handsome.
I said yes. He's
You have to
incredibly
roll for it, I
handsome.
think, right?
No, actually, in fact, because I'm simply being frank and open, I just get to ask her what it would take to get her to come with me, and then she gets to ask me a question too.
See? Is that the offer?
Yes. Come to see, be Captain Morgan's sexual partner for one evening, willingly, engagingly, happily, if you are amenable to such things, and we will take you on a grand adventure, the likes of which you have never experienced. And I fix her with another smoldering glare, and I raise one eye a number of times.
She says, yes! And she reaches beneath kind of her shift and pulls down her soiled, soggy, dirty, filthy undergarment and throws it in the corner and says, I'm ready now.
I say, come, let us get you aboard. We can draw you a hot bath, get a little bit of rum in you and in Mr. Morgan, and let the romantic evening take itself where it may.
Yes! And she shakes her head and several various forms of insect or buggery kind of fall out.
Yeah.
And she looks at the family and says, I've got to go. And is ready to go.
The I made is where if my fireball succeeds, I want it to land.
Oh, okay. So you fire your fireball. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're firing at the boat, I guess?
At the boat. 11.
Okay, roll 2d6.
6
You
damage.
do not still have your plus 1d4.
No.
Okay, so he fires this fireball out. It hits dead center in the middle of the boat and explodes, and the boat just immediately snaps in half and sinks into the water. And you can it gets kind of quiet at that point in time, except for the sound of raining arrows, which I'm going to return to in a second because you guys have been abusing me. But you hear from the boat straight ahead, what the hell? Why? Just then, Sylph emerges from a tent with a very hideous, dirty old woman. Well, not old, kind of like 30s, so a little bit middle age.
I can tell there's some hotness under all the mud. But upon seeing what has happened outside, I step straight back into the hut, and then I go out the window on the other side, and I walk into the forest.
Well, it's a long.
I send my cougar to jump on finger something, and
Finger something.
and then just so that he's stuck to the ground and he cannot do anything. And then at the same time I shoot another arrow at
Doesn't the cougar have to attack me?
Absolutely not, by the way. But first, Neal takes, Finkelmer, you take 4 damage, but it's instead...
From what?
You shot a fireball while the arrows are coming down on you guys.
Yeah, but I'm hiding behind a tree, I thought.
No, you failed that.
Oh, that's right. I totally failed that. You're absolutely right, sir.
You only take 1 damage, but thank you for the luring. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you either tackle him or attack the guys on the roof. You're not.
Okay. So if my cougar does something, it means I do something.
Your cougar could try, and you could fire. Sure.
That's what I.
Okay, sorry, I misheard you. So go ahead and roll for your cougar. Is that another hold to just do that?
I don't know.
No, rangers don't have hold for their creatures. I don't think.
Okay,
I don't know. This is how you would want to run it, Geoff.
I would say, I don't know. I get further away from the rules, and I appreciate you, Steven, reeling me in. But I would want it to be like a hack and slash attack that Neal would have a say in, right? Or Finkelmer.
Sure.
Yeah, get your hack and slash at me.
Go ahead and roll for the cougar.
Okay.
You know what? You could even use your cougar's ferocity instead of your strength as the hack and slash bonus.
There you go.
Ferocity? Okay. Oh.
Successful.
Nice.
So does Finkelmer have no defense against that? He's just tackled then?
He could try to dodge. He could try to defy
what's the response
danger.
again?
Or he could try to interfere or something like that.
Do I get the distinct impression this creature is trying to harm me or just pin me to the ground?
It's just pinned to the ground.
Seems like it's trying to wrestle you.
Yeah.
I wrestle with the cougar.
All right, it's like a strength test, I guess.
No, I mean, I let it tackle me, and I just kind of like, with it on the ground.
Okay, so it's got you pinned on the ground.
Yeah, I let it happen.
And then, okay, Stephanie.
I recognize that as playtime.
Hang on.
And
Stephanie
then
has
run towards
How
the
many,
cougar.
A
how many
cougar
people-
and a half elf? My, this is going to be quite the
So,
wrestle.
Stephanie, you want to do an arrow attack? By the
How
way,
many guards are still up on the shooting arrows at
a
us?
horde. There's 20 of
There's
them
a
up there
horde.
now.
I'm not
Yep.
shooting. All right, I'm running away.
You're going to run
I
away?
recommend
Wait,
the house.
Yeah,
Hang
I'm
on, hang
going
on.
where I'm yelling at Fawn, and I'm
Okay, so you're going to try to
running
avoid
to this.
damage or danger.
And I'm saying playtime.
But that's a roll, so make the roll.
So is it which one is it? Is it the wait.
You are trying to defy danger.
Okay.
So you have to make a choice. So if you're diving in a building, it's probably dexterity. It's a way of acting fast.
Perfect. That's perfect. Just to confirm my dex. Yep. Oh.
That's a partial. So your options are kind of the same. Like you were going to try to dive into a hut, perhaps maybe even the same one that Sylph just came out of.
And dove back into.
Oh, yeah, you did dive back into it. Okay, so you're going to try to dive into it. I'll let you successfully dive into it, but draw attention to that house.
Oh,
Or, what's that? Is that okay?
that's a good choice.
Or you successfully dive into it, but you take full damage.
I'll take full damage.
Okay,
Mm.
so it's going to be D6. Roll the 3. What's your armor? What's your armor?
1.
Oh, okay, so you take 2 damage.
Okay.
So an arrow hits into you. Now, Fawn, we're at you. What do? You think it's playtime?
I think it's playtime, so I run towards the cougar and start circling it as a ram, and I'm like, woo! Like animals.
Is she
play with each
stupid when
other.
she's
Yes.
an animal? Oh, really?
No, I don't know, but that is stupid. So she takes 2 damage. But what's your armor? It's like
How do I take 2 damage? I mean, I
Are
thought
they
you
shooting?
were behind the hut, and I
there's
like,
guys, there's
I
20
thought there
people
was-
up there unloosing arrows at you, and you're like playtime. So you're circling
Are they-
around.
Neal is in the open.
Are they
Friggin'
shooting at the
Denver.
ram now?
They're shooting at everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
I
they
thought
don't
they
care
wouldn't
that
be
she's a
shooting
ram.
at the ram.
Mm.
I
Yeah, 'cause
never
she didn't
attacked
choose
them.
the attention of the house. She chose full damage, so they're shooting at everything.
I never said any full damage or anything.
No. That was Stephanie. Stephanie had the choice to
Okay.
draw the full attention of everyone or take full damage. She took full damage.
What about me? Do I get hit?
Yes.
But
'cause
why
there's
did
lots
they
of
shoot
archers
at
on
the
the walls.
ram?
The ram that jumped up and took an arrow for someone, so that there's just arrows raining down. And you're near 2 people that they are shooting at, or a cougar and a guy.
But you're not giving me the choice of like dodging the arrow.
You did have the choice. You chose playtime. What are you doing?
No, you didn't give me choices. You said, "What are
Yeah.
you doing?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Like I could have said I attack or
Guys,
I
Yeah,
dodge."
I
but that was your
started this by
turn.
saying arrows are falling. What do you do? Everyone went through
Oh.
their actions,
Well,
and
then
Jen,
I-
literally the last
then I
person's like playtime.
Dodge. Then I
You're gonna choose
dodge.
dodge. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
This is me being nice, though. I think.
Okay.
More than nice. I would have made her take
Yes.
the damage.
There'll be payback.
Are you dodging into the house, Jen, with us?
I'm dodging towards where Neal is.
Oh.
Ideally.
He's on the
You just-
ground in the open.
He's in the open.
Hey, she wants playtime. She already said it.
He failed is hidden, Jen. He's in the middle of the open on his back with my cougar
Oh.
on top of him in the open.
You
No
could
tree,
try
no
to just
protection,
straight up
20 guards
dodge.
shooting at him.
Yeah.
All right, then I know what I'm
It's
gonna
playtime.
do. I'm gonna try with my whatever they're called to push them behind the house.
Ha!
The
I'm
house
gonna
is
try
not-
to ram them
Okay,
behind cover.
but just so you understand again, Jen,
Then I'm gonna
that
take
means you'll
damage.
take damage because that's not a
Yes.
defensive thing. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll allow it. It's weird. Go ahead and push. That's a strength test, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Neal, you have to decide if you're opposing it.
I don't really understand what she's doing.
I'm
with me.
trying to ram you and the cougar into cover. I'm
Is that
trying
going
to
to hurt me?
move you.
I tried to
don't think
dodge.
so. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to push you.
If you're going to hit me so hard with your horns that you're going to move me, I think that would hurt me. I'm going to try
Well,
and
she's
dodge.
not ramming you, she's just pushing you, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like a slow push. It's not like a charging punt.
Yeah. It's still weird, but it's,
Okay.
we're in imaginary land.
I will. I just go
You're wrestling
with
with a cougar. You're going.
it.
I like this image, by the way, guys. There's a cougar on top of Finkelmer, wrestling with him. He's grappling with a cougar. Behind them is a flaming boat that's sinking into the ocean, and now a ram is trying to push them in the direction of the house.
There's a soaked elf climbing out the window on the other side. Get me out of this town.
So-
Out.
Jen, go
So
ahead.
2d6 plus 1, right?
Yeah, sure.
9.
Okay, I'm going to say you successfully push them to the house, but you take an arrow in the rump, taking full damage, or you try to do this, you try to push them there, no arrows hit you, but you don't move anywhere, and the cougar kind of swipes at you for half damage.
The cougar attacks me?
Yeah, because you're ramming them in a direction, and it's in the middle of wrestling.
Okay, that makes sense. So either I get hit by the cougar or by an arrow and I ram them.
You either take full damage from an arrow but move them to cover, or you take half damage but don't move them anywhere.
I'm gonna move them to cover and take damage.
Okay. So you actually begin to shovel this group, this wrestling couple, towards the house that everyone's at. And I only rolled a 2 anyway, so you have 1 armor,
Yeah, 2.
then you take no damage, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So an arrow hits you, but your thick ram muscles mean that it doesn't do any damage, and you guys are now at the house at the front flap. And if you look into the flap, you can see the tail end of Sylph crawling through the window, and you can see
Must leave now.
with an arrow. There's an ugly woman there, an old man, and 2 kids. What do you guys do?
So the cougar is inside as well?
Hi
What's that?
guys.
The cougar is inside the little hut as well?
Yeah.
I turn around. I'm like, why did they destroy the ship? What happened?
Because we didn't have any pretty ladies, and they were gonna come aboard and kill us. Come ashore and
Oh.
kill us.
Since I'm all confused, I don't understand. I'm like, oh.
This is all telepathic. You don't hear this stuff, guys.
So I look back over my shoulder as I'm slipping out the window, and like a crazed look comes into Sylph's eye. I reach into my adventuring pouch, and I pull out a jug of oil for the lamp that I know is in there. I pour it on the windowsill, and then I smash it down inside the hut, and I say, "Guys, I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later." And I strike my steel and flint above the
What
oil.
the hell? I don't even think you have to roll for that, right? The place just bursts into flames.
You set the house on fire?
See ya.
That we're all in?
And
I
I
cast
turn
magic
away,
missile at him.
and I don't look at the explosion as I'm walking away.
Okay, he turns to run out, and
I don't cast magic missile. I cast.
it's not. I don't think it's an
Fireball.
explosion because you shattered the oil on the ground, but a
Yeah.
flame bursts up and it immediately engulfs 2 of the children, the only 2 children. They burn up immediately. You can hear their,
I know what to do. I know what
youthful
to do.
life slipping through their charred lips and
It's for the
charred
greater
flesh.
good. If
The old man
6
says,
people
"What
must
the
die
hell?"
to kill Finkelmer, then so be it.
What are you
Old man
doing?
dives out of the flap. The ugly woman falls backwards out of the window, half on fire, and starts running around, terrified. What do you guys do in this burning hut
I want
now?
to dive out of the window after him,
Yeah.
Okay.
I turn around the phone.
and I don't know if this is too much, but I'd like to take an action because he got to like pour this oil, light this fire, and crawl out the window. So I'd like to be able to get out the window and try and cast a spell if that's okay.
I'm
That
going to
seems-
say, let's do dexterity
Good
check. So
bargaining.
here's how I'll do that. Because he's already halfway out the window, so I think that was acceptable. But for you to dive and do an action, I want you to do a dexterity dice roll, to see if you have that option.
That is fair and just. Oh, great and mighty DM.
I try.
So just a 2d6 for me because I have no modifiers for my dex. 8, partial success.
Oh, it would be so funny. But so here's your options. You can dive through the flaming window, land, but because it was flaming, you will cast your spell at -2, or do your I assume your spell. You'll do a spell at -2 because you're going to be partially on fire as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can successfully dive through the window. Am I picking these actions right, Steven, or does he get to choose?
No, you're right, because this is a defy danger, so it's your choice.
Okay, cool. You can dive through the window, not cast a spell, but do any other action at normal dice roll.
There's no like take damage from the fire and cast my spell.
You know what? That's probably a better one. So I'll let you take D4 damage with no defense though, because it's a fire.
Because it's fire.
That you're ignoring. And then cast normally.
That's what I want. That's the option I want.
Play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
All right. So you literally dive through the window. You do only take 1 damage. So just mark that. You come up on your knee and
I cast hold person.
roll it.
So hang on, I'm curious.
+ 2. What? I got hold person from the cleric. I'm allowed to pick cleric spells because of all the shit we talked about ahead of time.
No, I
have
know.
2 cleric spells.
I want to see.
He's gonna try and lure out of this, isn't he?
Well, so first of all, I think that you have to memorize that as a wizard spell, of course. But ignoring that, I want to see the range on that. Hold a person. Oh, a person you see.
Is that what it is? It has to be memorized as a wizard spell?
Well, it does say on your sheet, you cast these spells as wizard spells.
Oh, I see.
I am
So that means I would
rule-playing
get-
a little bit, but it is on the sheet.
Okay, so that means I have access to that as a spell, but I don't get to memorize it in addition to my other 3rd level wizard spells.
So that's how I would interpret. Look into
Yeah,
your
I think
heart
that's
as a
fair.
fellow GM or DM.
Choose 1 cleric spell. You can cast it as if it was a wizard spell. And then the other one is add a new spell from the spell list of any class to your spellbook. Okay, I guess I don't have that memorized today. Most
So you just
unfortunate.
Throw a fireball at him.
I'll just
probably.
throw
I think you've got
fireball at him.
another 3rd level spell.
Yeah, I'll just throw a fireball at him. That's fine.
I'm going to try to interfere.
You can't see it. You're
Yes, I
walking
can.
away. You said you turn your
Wait.
back to the fire, to the explosion, so you don't see it. You have no knowledge of this
You did a
action.
barrel roll out of the
I
window.
However, I'm seeing him prepare a fireball, right?
I couldn't,
wait,
hear him landing.
For Fawn and I, we're not even like they
Yeah.
got the time.
no, we'll
to
get
do
to you guys.
so much shit. Yeah, exactly. So
We'll
don't
get to you guys.
interfere with what they're doing, Jen.
But you
What?
can't interrupt because,
can't
as I
interfere.
said, he had to do a dexterity roll to then get this action. So if you want to do an action based on the fact that you're seeing him about to do something, you
Yeah,
can
I
jump
want
in
to
right
do
now.
an action for
Yeah.
a while. I want to,
Yeah.
Okay.
like, as soon as he's dropping the oil, I'm already piecing
Yeah.
out. I'm not
Yeah.
even in, like, I'm
Okay.
already out.
So
Is
I'm
that
just
your
going to roll
thing?
my fireball then.
Yeah, I'm running with my cougar, and I'm like,
Just doing
Fawn,
it.
let's get out of here, and we're just, like,
7.
running.
And I'm like, but we have to stop him.
I rolled my
don't-
fireball.
At this point, I don't care. I just
Okay,
Okay.
I
Partial
follow
success.
So you guys just both dive out of the tent, I guess.
Yeah.
What's
Sorry,
that roll
it's-
for?
But if we go around, we're gonna try to go see what's going on. At least I am.
Why do you want to see? Yeah, you do whatever. I just run with my cougar.
Well, do you guys dive through the window or do you
Yeah,
run
I
up
do.
the flap?
No, I run out the side. So I'm
Okay.
gonna go
Quickest
around.
exit from me. I just
Yeah,
get out
quickest
with my
exit for me
cougar.
too.
So
You
whatever
guys
it
both
is.
run out of the flap. Okay, so you're facing the ocean. You're not seeing what's happening,
No,
which means
And
you're
I'm
not
gonna
be
go
able to
around to
interfere.
go see what's going on.
I run
like-
to the forest with my cougar. I get the fuck out,
Okay, so let me draw
and
this
I'm
for
like,
you guys, 'cause
Spawn, don't.
it's not
don't.
connecting with you guys. So here's the tent.
Okay.
Okay, this is the wall. This is where the guys are shooting at you from, and the road leads out like this. Down here's the water. This is the flap. This is the window. Okay, so you're running like this
Yeah.
alongside the water to get to the forest.
Yeah.
This is Sylph. He's like right here.
Hmm.
And then Finkelmer jumped out of the window, came up rolling, and is right there. And then Fawn says, as a ram, she runs out like this and is
Wait,
looking into.
where are the archers positioned?
They're on the
Where
wall,
the
right?
wall is. Yeah. To the
And,
left.
whoa,
They're on the left-hand side.
wait. There?
No, that's the road.
Oh,
The
so
wall.
they're
Left. Wall.
there.
No,
No.
that's the water.
Did you not watch me draw any of this? No.
No, that's the
I mean,
forest.
your diagram doesn't look anywhere
Well,
like.
he was
Neal,
trying
how
to
do you
say-
do this?
I've been doing this
Jen
shit for
just
years,
like,
man.
doesn't watch me
They're
draw or
here.
explain any of
Here.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
now you know how difficult it is dealing with you guys now.
She's like, I
Okay.
thought you're trolling me. You're like,
That's
is this the
a
wall? Is this the
Yeah,
wall? It's
that's
everything
a
but the
Oh,
wall.
shit.
It
Right.
doesn't look
Oh,
like
shit.
a wall.
That's water.
No, but that's why I explained it while I was doing it. Anyways,
That's a road.
Okay,
Okay.
so yes, I'm doing this exactly, but I'm still in cover. I'm just watching right now.
well, I don't know what cover you speak of. The flaming mud flap
yes,
hut.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not
That's
covered,
my
but
cover
okay.
right now.
You're watching
Okay,
this. The
Geoff.
fireball goes off, right? Or what are you trying to roll for? What was that?
I'm trying to interfere.
Okay.
Now, can you accept that I would have heard him diving out the window since he made no attempt to be, clever about it? He was just trying to get out and cast a spell as quickly as possible.
I would say as a partial success that is inferred is that he makes it through the window but maybe hits the side or whatever.
Yeah.
Comes up
Okay. So I heard him come out the window, looked over my shoulder, and then, since as a bard, my area of bardic lore is magic and spells, I know just the right sounds to shout at him to interfere with his spell casting, and I do immediately as he starts to cast the spell.
You do
And
what to
because-
overcome my spell casting?
I shout the correct somatic words or verbal words and spell fragments to interrupt your spell casting.
You can cast spells?
No.
Well, then how
But
do you
I
know what the
do-
exact words are?
I have a bardic lore area of expertise of spells and magic. It's true.
And so your thing can counter my thing?
So the action that I'm taking is interfere. And so I rolled plus my bond with you, and I got an 11, which was a full success. So I choose to give you a -2 on your spell cast, which drops your 7 to a 5.
No, it's the. Oh yeah. Okay. So you can do that. It just fails then. All right.
I think
Neal,
yes.
you choose from the or
Hold
the
on.
partial.
I still say that he doesn't know that I'm casting a fireball because he turned and walked away from the burning hut with his back to
Yeah.
it. Plus, the sound of a hut going up in flames is much louder than the sound of me gently landing on the grass outside of it.
how big are you?
I'm not that big of a guy. I'm like 5'7", 140, 150 pounds. I got a thin build because I'm
As
pretty
a thin
sweet.
guy jumping through the window, flaming tent.
Got a
crackling
partial
is quite
success on
loud.
that through the window.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna you know what? Here's what we'll do for purposes of time. I think you both have compelling arguments. We're gonna roll off for it. D6 versus D6.
Okay.
We'll go
Okay.
with the interpretation of the winner.
Is the highest a winning roll?
highest.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh.
Mm,
You're
Okay.
interrupted, so it becomes a fail. What happens with a failed spell?
you
Whatever
forget
you want,
it.
man. Whatever
You
you
forgot
want. No,
color.
whatever the
No
DM
more
wants. We already established that he can.
That's
I could
partial.
forget it, or that I could do any number of things. Last time I failed a spell, I didn't forget it at all.
Or you could choose instead to drop a dragon on us.
You could drop a dragon on us. I might fail so badly I doubly succeed, and a bigger fireball comes and hits him. Whatever you
Yeah,
want.
who knows? Who knows?
Here's what I'll say then. Since it is the end of the show, I will say you didn't forget it, but instead you fired off the fireball, and the bard, being as deft and sure of foot as he is, somersaults away. The fire hits the trees, blows up in a flame, and just as it blows up in a flame, a gigantic dragon comes flying over the tree and is coming right for everyone because it's fucking massive.
So it's like
Is
that
it-
scene in Saving Private Ryan where he shoots the tank and then the tank explodes. You're like, wait a minute, was it the bullet or the
Does
bomber?
does the dragon wreck some people on the walls? Just shred some of them?
Yeah, it comes flying over the trees, kind of blasts flame down on the side, scorching another unknown number of peasants, and then turns its attention to the wall. And it kind of, as the final moments of this happens, it flies over you guys, lands on the wall, and starts biting and ripping and throwing people off the wall right and left. And that is where we'll end.
All I wanted to do was get out of town.
We got out of town.
I just... Oh my god.
The whole show.
I don't know
was
why
like,
you
"Hey,
had to
guys,
set the
let's
building
get
on
out
fire."
of this inn, and it just went to shit.
And let's get out of this city. And now let's get out of this boat. And now let's get
Now
out
let's
of
get
I
out
do
of the
like that
hut.
it took us 4 hours to get out of the city, and in doing that, we killed dozens of people, set fire to buildings. It didn't. I start off being like, "This is a peaceful town. All the violence is usually way out there." And in my head, I'm like, "Surely they'll just get an idea of a mission to do, and we'll move it along and they'll get equipment and stuff like that. No, Neal starts setting fire to fucking everything. And
No. It was Steven's fault by sticking me with the tab, and then the bartender was going to break my hands. It's Steven's fault.
I was not going to let them break your hand. I was going to come back and save you.
It's all Sylph's fault.
you guys recognize the dragon to be a full elder dragon, by the way, one of the ones that leads its army and stuff like that, and it's the one in the region. It's a golden dragon.
Oh, gold dragon.
Damn.
Okay, cool. Gold dragons are usually good.
Sounds
Except you're
terrifying.
evil.
Until
This
you're
is-
in Geoff's world.
Yeah, I'm not obeying D&D at all. This is very much so an
Excellent.
evil big dragon.
So, are we doing bonds or just shoutouts now?
Yeah, let's go through the
should
bonds,
we-
right, real quick.
Yeah.
We should do the end of session move.
What's
So
that?
first we ask, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
McDonald's boat. Do not eat.
We learned that there are dragons.
Dragons
something
do
new.
Oh
exist.
my god, what happened to chat?
Blame Neal.
It goes up.
I don't actually know if we learned something new. And
I would argue you probably did not actually.
Mm-hmm. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
We overcame
no, Neal's
yourselves
still
count?
alive. Yeah.
we overcame a great number of
But
Lesser
they weren't
monsters. or enemies.
enemies.
did we overcome?
Did we loot a memorable treasure? Guys,
No.
we're having a rough time here at the
You
end of session.
overcame. You did overcome the enemy that you made with the barkeep and Bub. So I would say yes on that one.
Okay, cool. So everybody gets to mark down 1 XP for that. And then everybody take a look at your alignment.
Ooh, I get another XP for failing.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah. I didn't fail a single roll that entire game. Boo.
Me neither.
So, like, do you guys think that I fulfilled my alignment to spur others to unplanned and decisive action?
What does that
Yeah,
mean?
you made me blow
Yeah,
up a building.
of course.
Okay, good. And I don't think I've resolved any of my bonds with you lovely folk. Finkelmeyer is often the butt of my jokes. You know what? Finkelmeyer is definitely not the butt of my jokes anymore. No way. So I'm resolving that bond, giving myself an XP. And I'm writing a new bond, which is Finkelmeyer is insane, and I need to make sure that stops. That's my new bond.
It's never gonna happen.
You are actually quite insane, by the way.
Well, duh. My character is at least.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Good.
So
And
how does that
then,
work? If you change a bond, you get XP.
yeah, if you think that your bond no longer applies, like previously my bond was that Finkelmeyer was the butt of my jokes. But since seeing how murderously evil he is, I no longer feel like joking about Finkelmeyer. I feel like trying to kill Finkelmeyer. And so that bond is no longer applicable, so I get to mark it off as completed. I gain 1 XP, and I write a new bond.
So is it to push characters to do something?
Yeah, it's to push you to like
It's
interact
basically-
in meaningful ways.
It's to push me of not being close to Fawn, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, my bonds didn't change.
Did you
I got
fulfill your
one
alignment?
that changed.
No. And I help an animal, or spirit of the wild.
Did you help your cougar at any point?
Did you clean the poo off your cougar at least?
No, the cougar
never
cleaned
helped
the
the
poo
cougar.
off me.
Yeah, no, the
All
cougar
right.
helped. I didn't do anything.
Okay. Sounds like a wash.
Let's see. My alignment is evil. Use magic to cause terror and fear.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Fawn will play an important role in the events to come. I have foreseen it. No, that did not go down. Sylph is keeping an important secret from me.
You bet your ass I am.
I think I've got an important secret out of Sylph. He wants to kill me. I would say that's an important secret.
Did I tell you?
You lit the building I was in on fire.
That's true.
Do I need Geoff's approval on this?
On what one?
Sylph is keeping an important secret from me. The secret I've determined is that he wants to kill me.
No,
No? Damn it. Okay.
but maybe
Um,
actually.
Yeah.
I think you should get one guess. In like it's going to be kind of like a game show. Steven, was that the answer?
I didn't think of the answer ahead of time, so I'm going to say yes.
What a guy.
What a
freaking
guy.
That has become quickly apparent.
Yeah, and is woefully misinformed about the world. I shall teach them all that I can. I tried to teach all about the issues that Fawn has been having with her, the slavery. I taught her about
The
There
penises.
is no slavery.
There's a social slavery going on here. I taught her about sex and about I offered to teach her common. I tried to teach her everything I could. I don't think it applies anymore.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can still teach her, though. It's not like you're done with your job forever.
Well, yeah, but then that bond lasts you your entire lifetime. Then, come on.
Yeah.
What's a stupid bond?
Well, I mean, my bond is stupid too. Like, it says that I'm basically friends with her. That's like the stupidest bond I've ever seen. Then.
Oh, great and mighty DM, how do you feel about is woefully misinformed about the world? I will teach them all that I can.
I thought you were playing that pretty well, personally.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear cut.
Yeah,
Like,
sweet.
And kind of a terrifying
you definitely made effort to teach her about penises. You created a psychic link with her to communicate. Like, there was obviously that's going on.
Unfortunately.
If it wasn't for me, you would have had only Jen to talk to all game. You haven't even
that's what
spoken
I wanted.
to
I wanted to
Sylph
talk
yet.
French the whole time.
All right.
Speak French, excuse me.
Then
I talk English good.
I will write new bonds. But
So
except
keep
we
track of
can't
all
with
of
PDFs.
the failed rolls, and then Steven, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's your level plus something to the next level, right?
It's your level plus 7, so we all level up when we hit 10 XP.
Make sure to restart your cam, guys. We just got the 4-hour limit.
There we go.
Okay, well, I am sitting pretty at 6 experience points.
God. I didn't do nearly enough failing.
That's what you get for rolling so damn well.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, guys, that's it for bonds.
Well, I didn't do
What about
mine.
Jen and Faye?
oh,
Jen and
go,
Steph.
go.
I didn't have anything.
They don't
You
get
didn't have
any.
bonds? Oh, yeah.
No,
I didn't
I
do
didn't.
it. Well, I think I was pro-nature. I tried to stop the poop
Yes,
from going in the
absolutely.
water.
You
That's
switched
true.
for that. You put your body at harm's way in poop's way.
Yes. I think, I mean, I'm still friends with Faye, with her, so I guess we're gonna keep that the same. I have showed Faye a secret right of the land. She tasted my blood. We are bound by it.
How do you overcome that bond?
I don't know. Like, it's not like
Good
a
question.
problematic bond. It's like a positive
You'll have to fight
bond.
with her or become unfriends for a moment.
But it
Yeah,
seems like-
mine is the same thing. So.
I don't
It can also
understand
evolve
this
to like the next level where it's like
you could
you
get
know,
married.
right.
You could form a romantic relationship. Yeah.
You could get married. You could save her life and then have it evolve to be something more like, I've done great favors for her, but she hasn't reciprocated yet. Something like that.
Okay, cool. But this will stay the same. Also, the spirit spoke to me of a great danger that follows Finkelmer. And right now, I think it changed to, I think Finkelmer brings the danger to himself and us. He
That's a
draws
great-
unneeded attention to the party, and he may be a danger to nature.
I think that's a great bond resolution.
So it changed to that, so I give
Yep.
+1.
Hmm.
Where are you finding these other bonds?
You can
I
make
just
them up.
created it.
Yeah.
There's no
I
area
just-
on my PDF for it. I'll have to make a text doc.
I just
Oh,
created
I
that.
didn't know you could create them.
No, I
Yeah.
think you're the danger. I thought at first that the danger was following you, but now I think you create the danger. And finally, at first I had Sylph smells more like prey than a hunter, and now I think that he hunted out the man that hurt her, like the one that I was ramming. He killed
Yeah.
it. So now I feel like he's
Straight
with
in the
me on.
back.
He's trying to protect her with me, so I guess he doesn't smell like prey now.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
don't know how to. I need to find another way.
You could say something. This is just a suggestion. You could say something like, "Sylph has protected my friend, and I owe him a favor," or something like that. I owe him protection, also. Who knows?
Okay. Okay. That works.
Okay. All good on that.
Yeah.
Let's
So I
do
have
some shout outs,
4
guys.
Okay.
Jan, you lead the way.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this session. Make sure to follow all of us and follow us at Misscliks also. Follow me personally at Livinpink SC2 on twitch.tv/Livinpink, Facebook and youtube.com/Livinpink. I actually talked about my character on my vlog from yesterday that I just posted today, so you can go check that out on my YouTube. And I guess that will be it. Just follow Misscliks, check out the website. It's cool.
Articles there all the time. It's very cool. Neal.
Thanks, guys, for watching. It's been a lot of fun today. End of the month, I'm doing another crazy marathon stream thingy. We're aiming probably like 114 or 120 hours. I haven't decided on which one yet. That's going to be the last week of this month, so be prepared for that. Other than that, we're doing some roleplay Solemn tomorrow and roleplay Eben / roleplay Vigil on Thursday. And I am moving into a new apartment, so this may be the last time you see me from this angle, because I'm actually going to change where I'm streaming from, Geoff. It's gonna happen this time. I'm done. Peace out.
Okay, sorry. I'm also making the Q&A thread, so that'll be up on the Misscliks subreddit if you guys want to ask me anything about that. Questions like, what would happen if we spent 2 hours outside of the city instead of the entire time burning and killing everybody? But before I get to that, Steven, you're up.
It's a lot of fun being on the other side of the table and just being completely powerless in the face of my co-players' insanity. Oh my god. But it was a lot of fun. I loved it. You can follow me on Twitter at Silent Osiris, and the O is a 0. In case you didn't know, I am the lead level designer on a game called Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade, which is an MMO third-person shooter that's due out at the end of 2015. So if you're curious about that sort of stuff, you can follow me for all your Eternal Crusade needs. It has Tyranids in it. And I've been streaming some Dark Souls, so I'll probably be doing that this week and updating Twitter with information on that. And I do a whole bunch of roleplay stuff with JP. And I think this weekend we're going to do more Pendragon. We're going to keep working on getting Dark Heresy scheduled next. And other than that, yeah, this is awesome.
All right, thank you. Miss Harvey?
Follow me on Twitter, Missharvey. Follow me on YouTube. I've been doing vlogs every day for 2 months now. So if you're interested, just follow me. It's Steph Harvey on YouTube. Twitch, Missharvey. I stream 3 times a week. I try to, and I'll most likely stream some CSGO. I think Steven is giving us a message to say thank you to the Dungeon World people. Is that what you wanted?
Not specifically. The people in chat were wondering what it is, but actually the Dungeon World creator is in chat. He's been chatting back and forth. So Skinny Ghost, you rule, because this is an awesome game.
Hi, Dungeon World guy. Your thing is really fun, actually. It's pushing us, like, so much actions happen. This was really awesome to have the 2 DMs battling. It was really hard for me to try to find my place.
Yeah, me too.
I guess we'll try to do better next week.
Yeah.
And that's it. And thank you, Geoff, for stepping in. You're awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you did a really good job. I love how you describe the world. I think you're very, I can see what you're trying to describe, and I feel like it works.
Yeah, Geoff, you're doing a good job, man.
Appreciate it. Special shout out to Steven and Neal for being shitty role player. No, I'm just kidding. But I actually I was worried because I was like, gosh, I'm underprepared and I don't want to disappoint people. I want to do a good job. So I was trying to think of a story. And then 5 minutes into this, I realized there's no reason to have any story at all. It's actually just going to be everyone dies all the time. So, okay, we're fine.
Yep.
But hopefully in the second session, we can flush out a little bit more story while still having Neal try to get this party killed as fast as possible.
I'm not trying to get them killed. I'm trying to save them.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to everyone again. Shout out to Misscliks for inviting me for this opportunity. I really do appreciate role-playing is just so fun, obviously, and actually being, as Steven said, kind of on the other side, gives you a new appreciation and is a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it with us as well. And next time I will be a little bit more prepared because I won't be coming off a trip. So it'll be a little bit more organized. And big shout out to Steven in particular for helping me along with the rules. So I feel like I'll be a little bit quicker and more close to the game. Shout out to the Dungeon World guy who's been tweeting this and has made this beautiful game. And it's just so cool to see someone make a cool game and then be interested in the people playing it. Like that's that's a bit of a dream job, which is something that Steven does for a living too. But to like see people play in this world that you've created, and Neal as well as another DM in a different way.
And Jen and I, because we also work on games.
Everyone, it's cool for everyone. But for me personally, you know all the same stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Content-wise, I'll just be streaming a bunch, so just check me out on Twitch TV at iNcontroL TV. And then, of course, shout out to one of the missing people here.
Yeah, I was about
Not
to
only
say
the other
that.
Stephanie, but my wifey, Anna. She's in Europe, and she would be here if she could, but she's a big part of what makes Misscliks awesome, so she would...
Yeah, and
love your
Stephanie
ongoing
Paolo for all the work she's doing on the website. It's amazing. And right now she's filtering the chat and she's starting her ads and she's just on top of things all the time. And shout out to the new overlay guys, Rob and Julien that did the overlay. It was last minute thing and it's awesome. It looks so great. And Neal, we're gonna fix your image because you changed 3 times class before this campaign. So
Wait,
it's
what?
gonna be
Sorry.
a little wizard thing for next week.
Cool.
And last but not least, excuse me, I did post the Q&A on the Misscliks subreddit. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm not going to go right to it right now, but I'll check it before tonight. And then otherwise, I think we're doing this the same time on Tuesday of next week, right?
Yes. 8:30 Eastern time or 5:30 Western time, and Europe time is 2:30 a.m.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. Thanks so much, everybody, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
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 See you guys later.